Alright guys, what's going on? Brandon here. We're going to be doing a little bit different besides truck stuff today. We're in downtown Pensacola. Rode my Harley down here. Decided to do a little walk around on the bike. Since I've had it since February, I got like 2,700 miles on it so far. But yeah, we're gonna do a little walk around on the bike. I haven't done much to it yet. I got a different air cleaner because the stock one's like ridiculously oversized, and then got a Daymaker headlight and some smoked lenses for the front turn signals. But yeah, let's get to it. All right, so this is my 2017 Harley Davidson 48. It's a 1200cc V-twin engine. Has a 5-speed gearbox. Still has a factory exhaust on it. I did it's a cheap K&N style filter for the air cleaner. Because I didn't like how the factory airbox looked, and it gives me a little bit more performance. Because it's getting more air. But this is one of those rare colors. At least that's what the dealer told me. It's called like white denim. It's like a matte white with a there's a little bit of pearlescent in it. But they said that particular dealer, they'd only get about 4 a year, so like one every quarter, and I got the first one of the year. So it's a little dirty right now, but it because I rode it in the rain yesterday. I got kind of trapped in the rain, but yeah, it's pretty quick for what it is. I mean, Harleys aren't supposed to be like stupid fast anyway, but for being 1200 cc's, it'll get up and move. I've had it up to, I think, about 135 over in Mexico. But yeah, it's pretty stout for what it is. But yeah, I want to do a couple things to it. Like, I want to change the exhaust. I need to get a engine like map tuner for the more airflow, because they come lean from the factory. But and plus I'll be able to remove at 120 it kind of leans it out where you can't go a whole lot faster. But I'm gonna end up changing that because I always want to go faster on this thing. But yeah, that's my bike, and we'll do some more mods on it. But yep. Alright, so they like I said, this is one of 4 that dealer could get in a year. I got the first one of the year. I've only seen one other one of that color. Usually they're the gloss black. I've seen a couple matte blacks, and then it's a candy, it's like a metal sparkle, yellow and red. I've seen 2 of those, but my particular color, there's not very many of them, and they said this is one of those unicorn bikes, as they put it. But I've only seen 2 rolling around in Pensacola. I have one of them. There's another guy that has a little bit more stuff done to his, like the tank lift, which I'm probably going to do because it's a cheap mod, but it makes the bike look a little bit more bobber style. I don't know what type of handlebars I'm going to get. I'm thinking about getting the drag style, where I'm kind of more tucked into the bike, because this thing can take turns pretty decent for being a cruiser style bike. It's not a cross rocket by any means, but I know I put it into some turns that I thought I had to slow down for, but it could handle it with no problem. I know the first month I had it. The scraper bars on the bottom of the pegs, which are these things down here, I ended up like wearing them down enough because I was taking turns, like every turn just about I'd scrape them just a little bit. But yeah, I think about the first month or so, I ended up scraping those down to where they don't even touch anymore, and I know I can take turns a whole lot harder than what I do, but we don't really have that type of riding around here. Like if I went up to like Tennessee or something like that, I'd probably hit them. But yeah, it's a pretty stout bike for what it is. Which 1200 cc's. I've walked a couple Mustangs with it, Mustangs and Camaros. They seem to always want to mess with this bike. I don't know why. It's just what it is. But this thing, one twist of the handle, it'll move out of its way. I'm planning on getting some different rear shocks for it. Just to kind of, I got like a little bit of a tire gap right there, and there's a fire hydrant. I mean, not fire hydrant, but ambulance or whatever it is off in the distance. But plan on doing that. I'm thinking about getting some different front fork springs because my dad got some for his breakout, and it softened up the ride quite a bit, and it also dropped it about, I think it was about an inch. It dropped the front down about an inch, and which my bike doesn't need to be too much lower because it's already low as it is. Like I don't have a problem with rubbing or anything like that. Like if I go over like spots on the road that have low spots. But I know yesterday he had an issue with that, so I might not go as low as he went, but I want something a little bit more soft because the front end vibrates, like, and I don't know, I mean, you can't really balance these tires, so it's not really that. I mean, they do have balance weights on them, but you can't really balance that out of it. It's just, I think it's the roads around here, because I think it's just because of the heavy semis going over them, and it's so hot that they rip up the asphalt. But yeah, I want to get it more, a little bit more soft because like I've already got the rear end just about maxed out for softness in the rear, because I don't weigh a whole lot, so I try to tune it for that. Because when I first got it, it rode like complete crap, because it was like, it was set up for, I think from the factory it's set up for a person that weighs about 175 or 150 to 175, and I only weigh like 135, so I didn't really like the ride at first. Another thing I want to do is I want to change out the seat to like the LaPera Bare Bones seat is a popular swap for this bike, which it's completely memory foam, and it's it looks a lot like the factory one, but it doesn't take away from the comfort portion of it. So that's probably going to be the next thing, along with the tuner. But yeah, yep, this is my bike. I'll do some cinematic shots and stuff, but